What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And today I want to talk about, do I hate GTA 5? Now, this is probably a pretty simple answer to this question. That's what I titled the video. Is it clickbaity? Maybe. um, but no, I don't hate GTA 5. Now, before you click off the video, the reason why I made this is because so really fast, before I really get into it, I had made a video like last week or the week before, and it was titled Five Things I Want in GTA 6. By the way, thank you guys for checking that video out. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for checking that out. Thank you to everybody who's checked it out. If you haven't, I will probably definitely put it at the top of this video. I will also put it at the end of the video, so definitely be able to go check that one out. It received a lot of love, a lot of subs from that video, a lot of comments. Thank you for the feedback. It was a really cool to see that. It was almost overwhelming. I couldn't believe it. So thank you guys for that. I really appreciate it. But in that video, I'm kind of hard on GTA 5. I'm a bit critical of GTA 5, and I'm going back and watching it, and I felt that I was a bit too hard in some cases. So I was like, you know what? I think I need to make another video really to talk about GTA 5 and give it some flowers a bit because I felt I was being a bit too much. And I think that we kind of get so, we consume so much media, and not listen, before I really go deep into this, I don't take back anything I said. I do think GTA 5 is underwhelming, especially with the likes of GTA 4. I'm not going to compare it to Red Dead Redemption 2. And I probably won't even compare it to Red Dead Redemption 1. Even though Red Dead Redemption 1 came out like 2 or 3 years after that one, I don't want to keep doing that because these games are newer and I expect them to have better gameplay mechanics. Well, GTA 4 is not, but the other ones I had mentioned, they are newer games that came out afterwards. So Rockstar had time to try to figure out, how to get some of this stuff right. So really, I'm not really going to compare it to those games because I don't think that's really fair. But I do just want to talk about GTA 5 as a whole and really why I think the game is a classic in of itself because it's going to be memorable. It's going to go down in history as one of the greatest games ever made. And I think in a lot of ways it deserves that title. I think it deserves to be regarded as that because for what it does do right. And so I just really want to make a video about that. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Again, appreciate all the love this channel's gotten. I really, really appreciate it. It's almost like, emotionally grateful. So really, thank you guys. But with that being said, let's talk about GTA 5 for a little bit. So I just wanted to kind of go over a couple things that I went over in the video, and just kind of like kind of open up these conversations again. One of the main criticisms that I mentioned about GTA 5 was I thought the combat was a bit underwhelming. What I mean by that is a lot of the weapons just didn't feel powerful, or they felt very samey to me. Like, yeah, you had your assault rifles, SMGs, but really they didn't feel much different than your light machine guns. They didn't feel much different at all. Maybe light machine guns maybe had a faster firing rate. You were able to shoot a lot faster, but it just didn't feel like it had punch. It didn't feel like it did anything devastating. To me, it just didn't. Like, oh, I can hear people now. Whoa, the ragdoll physics, you can blast somebody back. Yeah, but it just didn't. I don't feel the difference, and that was really, really bothering me, when I was first playing through the game. You got games like The Last of Us that came out shortly after. Now, I know The Last of Us is a linear based game, so they can put more attention to detail in certain things. But like when I'm playing as Joel and I have the shotgun and I blow somebody away, it felt like that gun had way more effect. I love the feeling of punch when guns have that certain punch that keeps you wanting to keep using these weapons. And when GTA 5, even though you got a ton of weapons, and by the way, like I went back and played GTA 5 yesterday after, shortly after really I've seen all the critical response I got from the last video, mostly positive, by the way. But I was like, let me go back and play GTA 5 because I don't remember how the combat felt. And by the way, I'm playing this on PS5. I got the $10 upgrade a couple years ago. I did start a save already. I was right up to the point of Palmetto Bay bank heist between Michael, Trevor, and Franklin. So I played that heist yesterday. And I have to say, listen, I had fun. I had fun. I forgot how much fun GTA 5 is. And a lot of the things that I had issues with, like, I mentioned the video about the combat feeling underwhelming, it still feels that way. However, I will say this. If you're playing it, the best way to play it, and I know I'm going to sound biased, But the best way to play this game, play it on PS5 with the DualSense controller. I'm telling you, that almost fixed a big part of my criticisms. The guns actually felt impactful. They felt weighty. It felt like you're doing some actual damage. And it's sad that I had to wait till the PS5 DualSense came out to really feel that. But I just felt that the combat has always just felt very like, one of the things I mentioned in my video that I just did, 5 things I want in GTA 6, was I felt like the combat was kind of like an afterthought almost. Like when the creators and developers of this game, Rockstar, what am I doing? When Rockstar was making this game, it's like they got like over halfway through and realized, holy shit, this is a GTA game, and we usually shoot people in these games, so we need to put the gun mechanics in. Um, but in saying that, after the mission, I kind of went to ammunition because I was like, damn, I got no freaking ammo. So going to ammunition, and I forgot how great the weapon variety is in this game, and I used a little bit of all of it, and I can happily say that I think my criticism with the guns feeling very samey and not impactful, I think a lot of that is fixed for the most part. I'm not saying they all feel great, but I will say shooting felt more powerful. Felt like I was really doing something, dealing some big amount of damage. It felt way better with the DualSense controller. Anyway, so that was a big criticism of mine because I remember like in GTA 4. So I'm playing through GTA 4 right now. Remember, so I don't need to remember it. I'm literally playing the game. In GTA 4, the physics were just so good. What I mean by physics, the physics I'm thinking about and the realism that I want is that when I shoot somebody in the leg, they react to getting shot in the leg. I like stuff like that. In GTA 4, there's a YouTuber I watch named Solid Rev. He posted a video of him playing GTA 4, and he shot somebody in the hand. They were shooting with that hand. He shot the guy in the hand. The guy dropped the gun. He looked at his hand and was holding his hand with his other hand, you know, and was like freaking out that he got shot in the hand, and then he finished him off. And I'm sitting there like, that's the type of realism that I want in games. Well, Dylan, that's a little too realistic. But that's what I want though. When a game like this, like if we're playing Ratchet and Clank, okay? And I'm not throwing any shade towards Ratchet and Clank because those are great games too. I'm not really into them, but I did beat the most recent one, and it was like an enjoyable experience. That game looks amazing, by the way, on a PS5. It looks fantastic. But anyway, besides the point. You can get away with kind of cartoony, not realistic combat in those games. But in GTA, when you're using guns that are based off of actual guns and you're shooting people, I want the illusion that I'm shooting people. I want, real people take real damage. They affect the shots. If I was to shoot somebody in the arm, their arm is going to react. Like they're going to react to their arm being shot. And I like that. I like that in the game. And that's one reason why I bring up Red Dead Redemption 2. And that's why, like, someone had commented, and it's okay. Again, it's okay. We can all have opinions. But someone had commented on the video and said something like, this guy played RDR2 once, and now he just wants every game to be RDR2. I don't really think that's accurate because I know most games are not going to live up to that potential because I know how great Red Dead Redemption 2 is. However, I think Red Dead Redemption 2 has definitely set a bar, especially for Rockstar, right? Like whatever game they put out next, right? Whether it be GTA 6, whether it be Bully 2, whether it be whatever they have. There's they have games in their backlog. They just Red Dead and GTA is their biggest franchises. They have to up the ante. They have to be better than the last. Like if they just stayed the same or did more GTA 5 or they did more Red Dead Redemption 2, eventually we'd be like, what the fuck, man? Like, can we get something else? They're always going to up the ante. Red Dead Redemption 2 set a standard for me when it came to the combat. Now, the combat could have been better. I agree. I'm one of those. Like, I'm a console player. I haven't played it on PC. And honestly, even if I did play it on PC, I probably would still use a controller. I'm not good with mouse and keyboard. I've tried that shit. I'm sure if I really tried it, I could get decent with it. But I'm just not into being hunched over at the keyboard and mouse. I'm just not into that. You know what I'm saying? I've tried. I'm just not into it. But like I would still probably play it with controller on PC. But I know PC doesn't fix the game. I know it still has tanky controls. Arthur Morgan, I said in my last video, he moves like a refrigerator. He's kind of slow. In and out of cover, he's kind of slow. So I understand those things can't be fixed. But I would hope with their next installment, when we get new characters, we get a new setting, we have a new game, that the movement would be fixed, the aiming would be better. You know, it's like I was talking to somebody recently about Rockstar Games. They have a lot of like auto aim. You know, auto aim is huge in their franchises. I hate auto aim. I can't stand it. It's like, bro, I want to play the game. I don't want to have to hold left trigger and it just snaps onto a target. I don't like that. I like being able to free aim. And the thing about GTA games is the free aiming sometimes is borderline garbage, and so you have to really adjust your settings to get it perfect. And then even then, you're still just not as accurate. And now you could probably say, "There, we'll get good." That's true. I've had to adjust to shitty controls just to be decent. But I don't know where I'm going with this. All I'm saying is that with every game you expect it to be better. And yes, I use RDR2 as an example for a lot of games. It's just because that game to me is special in so many ways when it comes to immersive. I like being immersed in these worlds, man. There's not too many games where it's like, holy shit, like I feel like I'm there. These characters around me feel like real people. I feel like I'm going through this. The problem this main character is going through, I feel like I'm there. I feel like I'm right behind him. Hell, I feel like I am him. I feel like I am Arthur Morgan. As corny as that is. And that's what I want. I want that from my games. And I know you're not going to get that all the time. But when you have a game of this magnitude, of this scale, that's what you want. And so that's kind of where I was at with it. Was like, listen, I'm not saying I want an RDR2 clone. That's not what I'm saying. But I think taking assets from it, the brutal combat would be huge. Having characters that have such a great dynamic. You know, again, Michael, Trevor, and Franklin was a great dynamic. I will go back to that because I think that is a great example. But make it as deep. It always felt in GTA 5, it always felt at face value. Even when they tried to go deeper with their relationship, it still didn't feel as genuine. In RDR2, I had an attachment to all those characters in your gang. In GTA 5, I would love that. If like I actually loved Lucia. I loved Jason. Like these characters, they're such a great duo and they care about each other and the characters around them and I think it could have potential, man. That's just what I would want from GTA 6. I just want it to have a bit more of a dynamic relationship. A lot that resembles Michael, Trevor, and Franklin, but just a bit more deeper in emotion. And I think that would be cool, man. Call me a bitch, man. I like having a little bit of feelings towards the characters that I'm playing as, or the characters that I'm around. I like feeling like I care for them. I've never really felt that way with GTA 5. But anyway, went off on a tangent. I know we're talking about Rockstar games in general now, but GTA 5, if nothing else you get from my rambling, listen, GTA 5 is a beautiful game. I mean, I booted up yesterday and I couldn't believe the visuals still look this good. It still holds up. I love the set pieces. I think this is some of the best set pieces in the entire franchise. I love the heist. I don't know what it is, Rockstar Games and heist, but I'm fine with it. I hope they kind of get away from that a little bit. That's one thing I've really enjoyed with GTA 4 is that it's more like, I mean, you're just a straight up, hired gun. I mean, you're just killing everybody. And I think that's more of what I like. I know I sound like a sick bastard. So I kind of hope they step away from bang heist a little bit, but these set pieces are really, really good. And I think GTA 5 is a damn good game, and I just think it deserves its flowers. Los Santos is beautiful. I love the radio stations. Some of the radio stations will make you freaking like wide-eyed, man, with some of the jokes they told. And I hope GTA 6 is just as edgy. Again, I love Michael, Trevor, and Franklin. I think they're great characters. They really are. I just wish we could have got more into more into them a little bit more. And you see glimpses, but yeah, man. It's a great game, and I've really enjoyed my time in Los Santos, man. And I just think the game deserves its flowers, and I'm sorry for not doing that. But yeah, it's a great game, and I see what it's going for. I know somebody made in the comment section that said that each GTA game has had their own theme. You have Vice City. That was definitely set more in like the Godfather kind of vibe to it. GTA 3 was like one of those cheesy early 2000s action films. San Andreas, that shit was just, it started off really grounded. Like if you remember GTA San Andreas, it was very grounded, and then like towards the halfway through the game, it just got really wild. It did. It kind of went full circle by the end of it, but it was just like whoa, like it just got kind of crazy. GTA 4, more grounded, has some humor, but you're straight up just an assassin. And in GTA 5, you're in Los Santos, and you're in Hollywood and you're going to see Hollywood type things. So, and that was a good point by somebody in the comment section. So I appreciate that. And you're right. So GTA 6 is going to have its own theme. I'm excited to see what it is. But GTA 5 is a damn good game. It's a good experience, and honestly, it's going to go down as one of the greatest games of all time, if not the greatest, and it's well deserved. So anyway, with that being said, excuse me for rambling. I hope we talked about GTA 5 a lot. I know I kind of went all over the place there, but let me know your thoughts about GTA 5 below. What do you find most memorable about it? That would be something good. What do you find most memorable about GTA 5? What is something that's going to stick with you? Is it the torture scene? Because that's pretty good, man. That's good. GTA 5 has good shit. That's a good example of a great scene. I like that. I know it. I know it got like people everywhere were getting offended by it because it's a torture scene, but I thought it was interesting. It was different, and it makes you cringe a little bit. But I don't know, man. I liked it. So let me know your thoughts down below, and yeah, we'll see you next one. Stay dead, my friends.